Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. This is going to be the full video from the teaser for what's to come. I'm here to show people that that this stuff is not fake, that it's all real, and the stuff I show is not by accident. This is not coming from some type of disorder or condition. The stuff I show is 100% legitimate, not CGI, all real footage. Unlike some government agencies, where clearly you can see on the bottom of their videos and pictures, it says artist conception or computer generation. Peace, love, and light, first and foremost. I'm going to show you how this could never be something that someone's making up out of their imagination. Okay? You clearly can see nose, eyes, horns. Look at the horns protruding out of this forehead. I mean, it's so detailed. I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's adjust the focus. Okay, there we go. I mean, when I zoom in close, you literally can see the slits in the eyes. You can see the bridge of the nose and how light is being casted on it. Okay? If you have a picture and you're out and the light's on you, your nose is going to be illuminated at the top because that's how light shines. And you see the chin, the mouth. I mean, the detail is just ridiculous. I'm gonna zoom in and just hold it there. And I was chatting with good brother earlier, and I asked him, "Did you see the giant face that's right beside him?" I mean, look at this giant face. Here's one eye, the second eye. It has some type of crazy bent horn coming out of his forehead. Here's the nose and nostrils, the mouth, and then the chin. Ear. Giant creature. I'll zoom in and hold it tight just on its face. Look at the detail in the nostrils, folks. One face, second face. The second face is gigantic. It's right here. Eye, nose, mouth. Crazy bent appendage coming out of his forehead. I'll hold that in tight and pull down some light so there could be no doubt. Okay, going in tonight, folks. Seeing is believing. Just take a look at that. I mean, look at the detail in the nose, the bridge of the forehead, the eyes, the smirk that's on the mouth. You can see the curl at the end of the mouth. And the chin. And of course, the horns protruding through the skull, right out of the forehead. Yeah, folks, it's happening. Show you more entities and beings. Stereotypical alien being from every movie you ever seen before in your life. And I'll just hold that in tight. You see his giant head, black eyeballs. He has some type of appendage poking off his head to the side. Here's his neck and body. And there's another entity that's smaller, but the same face as him right behind him. I'm going to zoom in tight. And I'm going to hold that steady so there could be no doubt. Seeing is believing, folks. And then we're going to zoom out of this picture. And this is where they are in perspective. And you see another hooded figure right here. I'll zoom in on it. Pull down some light. And I'll zoom out. They're right there. Zoom out some more to give you the full perspective of how far these entities are off on the edge. This is the whole entire picture, and they're right there. I'll zoom in on the two faces right here, the horned being and the giant face next to him. They're right here. One face, second face. Clear to see. Eyes, nose, mouth, eyes, nose, mouth, horns, horned. I'm going to take you around the edge, show you some more beings that are on the top. And I'll put a video up that came from the Avengers to show you how those creatures were moving through the sky like fish. Because that concept comes from reality. Because you see the entities that are riding on the outskirts of this. This is a giant creature right here. Here he is. Here's his eyeball. Here's his horned forehead. Here's his mouth wide open. You can see teeth and all. Okay, and I'm going to zoom out for perspective to show you. That looks like a giant beast with his mouth open. Here's his eyeball. And the entities are riding on it like it's some type of transport. And then when I zoom out, you'll see it's a massive pyramid-shaped vessel. Okay, that's organic and machine. It's unlike anything you can comprehend. They do what they want. Look at this massive ship right here. Massive ship right here. The sun is right here and is not even casting light on this dark object because it's a solid object, folks. Look at this camouflage that they call clouds. It's illuminated, but this is not. You can see the detail in it. It almost looks like a crab, the back of a sand crab. Because all these things are dealing with the sea or the ocean or nature. You see the vector or pyramid shapes are always consistent. And this is a giant disc. You can see the detail in it. Now I'm going to pull the light back to normal. I'm going to take you back into the giant beast that they're riding on. Okay, and that's a very clear shot of his face. I'll pull down the light. You clearly can see its eye. I'll zoom in so you can clearly see that's the eye of an animal or a creature. You see his mouth wide open. When I zoom in, you could darn near see teeth and looks like saliva dripping. That's zoomed out for perspective, and you still see the creature's eye and bony forehead. Just like the movie Avengers, these creatures are real, folks. Believe it or not. And it's an image right here I'm going to pull in and show you. This is clearly a black woman with some type of dark headdress on or hair. You see her face, her eye. Here's her body. She's wearing a white garment. Pull down the light so you can see her. That's a humanoid entity. And every definition of humanoid, it has heads, it has a head, it has shoulders, arms. You can see the neck, what appears to be hair or some type of head cover. You can almost see the darkness of the eye. I'll zoom in super tight. Pull down some light. She's right there. You can see her. It looks like a young girl. I'll zoom in closer. I mean, you can see the chubbiness of the cheeks and all. Still see her. Right there. I'll zoom out. She's right here. People think it's a game. I'm not here to play. I'm doing my job. Entities all off the edge. All different types of beings. Strange creature. You see his face. Take you in, show you some more. I'll show you another creature that's transporting, and you'll be able to see that its eye and mouth. I'll zoom in clearly just on the head alone. See the eye of the creature. You see his mouth open, his head and nose. I'm going to zoom out and show you. See its legs and its entities and beings riding on it, and it's all types of stuff being dropped from it. All my videos can be screenshotted, paused, so you can take a look for yourself. And what I'm saying is there, 100%. I'm not guessing on anything. And then you can see the entities that are riding on the back of the giant creature. Okay, moving on, folks. Picture of a giant face. I never miss. You see the eye, you see the nose, you see the giant beard. Okay. I'm going to show y'all some more crazy stuff. Took this one day, just pointed my camera completely up, and you clearly can see that this is a giant cat being. I'm not making anything up. You can see the ears. You see the eyes, the nose. You see the mouth. It's a smaller creature right here. We're going to go in and show you the detail that we're not just making up stuff, that it's real. Okay, and I'll pull down some light, and you can see this creature's mouth is open and it's blowing this entity into existence right here. This is happening every day above us, folks. I'll just hold that in and you'll see that that's a giant cat being. You see his whiskers and all. You see the darkness of the inner ears. Looks like you can see detail of the fur. You see his eyes, his nose, mouth, whiskers, and he's blowing. You see that? He's blowing this creature out. And I'll zoom in just on that entity alone to show you that it's not a fluke. That's his face. Horns. Spikes going on his body, across his back. Here's the interior of his body and legs. Zoom out in perspective, bring light back to normal, and seeing is believing. Feel free to pause, screenshot, and let it sink in. Okay? We're going to go to the next one. Entities and beings. This is above us. This picture was taken completely straight up, and you can see the giant creature. You see its eyes, always something on the third eye, crazy looking mouth. I did this video before, so this picture before, so this is just reinforcement for new subs that haven't been deep into my 200 plus videos to see some of the amazing stuff that's on this channel. You clearly can see the horns. They look like bone. They have detail and structure. This is not spitballing. I'll zoom out. You can see the neckline of the creature and his body. And this is in the sky, folks. This picture was taken in the sky. I mean, look at the distinction in the eyes. It's looking completely at me. I call this the entity from the Predator movies. It looked like the giant queen entity. And then when I zoom in close, and I pull down the light, you can see the spikes that are poking out the side of the face that look pointed. Going back to normal, I'll zoom out of that. Another shot. Look at the head position change. The head is completely erect, and on the next shot, tilted forward, showing even more detail. Peace, love, and light. I'll flip that back and forth so you see for yourself. Next shot, one with some enhancement. Look at the detail. Unbelievable. Look at the spikes coming out of his mouth. I mean, can y'all clearly see that that's a fang or a tooth? Go back to normal. Seeing is believing, folks. Gotta know where you are. Another giant face looking down. For subs that have been around for a while, they've seen this picture in this video. Like I said, I'm doing this over for new subscribers that have yet to be deep into this channel. You see, clearly can see the eye, the nose, the mouth. I mean, come on. I mean, you almost see sideburns in this thing right here. And look at the expression. The mouth is open. It looks sad. Looking down on this place. People don't know where they are. We live in a high definition world, a digital world with cameras everywhere. And that's not an understatement. But there are no real pictures of planets. There are no real pictures of what people call home, that they call Earth. No real pictures, folks. I've done the research. They taught you where you lived when you were in elementary school, when you were a young, mushy mind little child. Brainwashed you looking at a globe every day and telling you things, and you believed them. Time to relearn. This is a picture of the blue devil I caught. You clearly can see it's a flying entity with wings. Here's his ear. His nose is elongated, his face, his body is covered in blue and black, and here's the bottom part of his body. This is just like the symbol they use for the Duke Blue Devils. Where do you think it came from? Just out of infinity? Or is it coming from a real concept? Of course it is. Now hold it in tight and pull down some more light so you can see. The pointed ears, the eye, the nose is elongated, the blue covering that's over its body. This torso is straight down. It looks weird, like some type of creature, and his wing is right here. You can almost see the organic bends and folds in the wing. Can't make it up, folks. Just is what it is. Seeing is believing. You don't trust your own eyes? You need to sit yourself down somewhere. Your eyes are directly connected to your brain through the optic nerve. Seeing is believing. This is a picture I caught of a giant formation that flew over me. And inside of it was looked to be an angelic type being in a robe. He has wings on his back. and he has horns poking out the side of his head. And this was the same day the Blue Devil flew over me, folks. This came right after it. Giant humanoid figure looked to be wearing a robe. I mean, you could almost see the openness of or the flowiness of the material in the robe going around its arm. I'll zoom in on the face. Pull down the light. You see it? It looks like a bird deity. There's his eye, here's his beak, and it has horns that look like elk or deer horns poking out of his head. Here's the wing. Can't make it up, folks. You don't know where you are, and I understand. That's why I'm here. Okay, moving on. Same face. Look at the intensity in the eyes. I'll hold that in there for the cognitive dissonance and the scoffers and the people that don't understand seeing is believing. The giant white beard. Look at the intensity in that eye. Unbelievable. Another shot. Entities, beings. Can't make it up. Looks like Zeus and his wife. I have a bigger picture of this and I'm going to bring it. But you can see the intensity in the eyes of the creature. You see his hair, you see his mustache, his white beard, and it's extending across. Here's his ear. Looks like Zeus or Poseidon. I mean, come on. If you can't see the intensity in those eyes, you're definitely on the other team. And he's right across from this female entity right here that looks like Cruella de Vil. Here's her gown, her face, her squared off head, her salt and pepper hair. I'll hold that in tight. And I'll pull up some light. And then in between them is the blue demon. Horn, ear, eye, mouth. I mean, literally, you can see the detail that's on this entity's forehead. And you see its eye, his nose, his mouth, and his pointed ear, and his squiggly pointed horn. Seeing is believing. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't concern yourself with entertainers and games and all that stuff. That's not the reality. People that play games are not achieving anything. That's all they are, is games to distract you. And this is a solo shot of the blue horned entity. The detail is so great. When I zoom in on his feet, you can see its toenails. And you can see the split in its toe. I'll zoom in on the face. Look at the detail, folks. Organic entities that move through the ether. You don't know where you are. Me showing you this, you should have some type of clue. Look at the intensity in the eyes. Look at the grin on the face. Look at the detail on the forehead. Looks like it's wearing some type of octagon-shaped gem with a circle in the middle like a jewel. I mean, come on. How much more detail can I show you? Peace, love, and light. People don't realize what's going on, but I'm here. Okay, got some more shots. I'm going to try to bring them to you. Okay, this is a black and white of the bearded man. I mean, it's so much detail in it. This is the bigger shot right here where you can see his arm. You can see the muscle in his bicep and his arm and his hand coming around. And of course, clearly the face. This is the formation that flew over when the Blue Devil came out. Giant vector-shaped craft with entities in it and around it, and they projected that image of a robed figure on the inside that I showed you already with the wings. Moving on. That's a crop of it. Still can see, even with no contrast. Moving on. This is where I captured Zeus and his wife and the blue horn demon. You see the man, you see the woman, and you see the creature. I don't make up anything. Everything I show is 100% legit there. Everything I show is supernatural. Trust and believe that. I wouldn't waste your time or mine. And in perspective, I'm going to zoom out to show you the full picture and show you where they are. Right there. See the intensity in the eyes of the bearded man? See his mouth, his beard coming out, stretching out to his woman. You see his ear, you see his hairline, his entities all around him. You see it. Share it. Make it viral because it needs to be in hell. These people down here are sick. And that's the woman with the square head, the salt and pepper gray hair. You see her eye, you see her nose, her chin. And her blue gown and arm make out the blue horn creature. Separated toes and nails. Let's see what else we got here. That's a crop of it. I'm telling you folks, here for a reason, not a season. And we're gonna ride out, and I'm gonna take you just with the strange looking so-called alien entities hanging off the side. Peace, love, and light. Seeing is believing. Do not lie to yourself. Be real with yourself. Step outside the box. Have an open mind. Know where you are and what you're dealing with. Do the work. Change your optics. Let's finish out strong here, folks. Peace, love, and light. This is the full video. We are here. One love.